This will be my first sort of winter type ride. It's not all that cold actually, about 7 or 8 degrees. But it was frosty overnight, so there could be some ice here and there. And I've got my usual sort of changeover issue of how cold is it going to be, bearing in mind that I want to go somewhere and do a bit of walking, so I put my thermal underwear on. And too much information. And I haven't really got my heaviest wintry trousers on, because I don't want to be walking around them. But I should be okay because I'm only going just over the hill. I want to park my car there, unless it's a 4-wheel drive. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be okay. But something else I'm noticing straight away is I've got like drafts coming up my trouser leg, because they're relatively loose fitting trousers there. And I should, if I'd had my motocrossing boots on, I'd have been alright. But I want to do a bit of walking, so I don't want there's nothing worse than trying to walk far in motocross boots, especially up and down stairs or steep slopes. It's not so bad on the level, because they greatly restrict your ankle movement, which is what they're supposed to do. So I've got my army boots on. They are quite tall on. My top half's fine. I've got a sweatshirt with it's like it's intended for shooting and fishing really. It's Jack Pike, and my first impression was, oh my god, is that it? It looks a bit like a pyjama top. It's sort of quite lightweight and kind of felty, fuzzy, but it's very, very warm, and it fits quite closely. I think that might be because maybe should have had a bigger size, but it has a close fit, and so it's good for under like bike jackets and things that are relatively close fitting anyway. Because this is a problem area. I've got my winter jacket on, which is a bit more accommodating, but even so you can't wear like a really thick padded shirt and a jumper as well, or out like that. You can wear like 2 thin layers or 1 really thick layer, and you're about stuffed usually. But what I'm trying to do is, I'll tell you what, I'm missing my mirrors. I took them off for the summer because it'd been more or less a farm bike this, and well, it hasn't particularly fallen over. The risk of it falling over is so much higher that I just took the mirrors off. And when you've got your helmet on, your proper helmet on anyway, you can't hardly look behind you like you can. Now it says road ahead closed there, but I don't think it is. Or if it is, I shall be able to go through with this. Because this is the Rosedale Road they're referring to. It says it's closed, but then there's nothing across it. It says it shows us diversion. And anyway, I'd be amazed if I can't get through. I think they're working on the cattle grid or something. Clearly there's a way through, because these are the people who have come up this way. And he's going through. And you have to stop and open the gate. No, it's just bumping through. Road closed starting 28th of October for 3 weeks. You thought they could have kept it open and just let you go through the gate on the side like the people are doing. What is that all about? I haven't really been uploading anything to my Mosebiker channel for a number of weeks or months even, I don't know when I last did one, because I'm not really happy with this camera. I've been using it without the stabiliser on, because when you have the stabiliser on it just seems to kind of lurch about. It doesn't stabilise in the conventional way. I don't know how it does. It's like I say, it's too aggressive. And yet it's not. It's inept as well. It's not really good enough to be aggressive, if you know what I mean. Because my little, I got a new one called Osmo, and I may yet put that on my helmet. I don't know. To be honest, the picture quality is superb from it, and I was putting off putting it on my helmet because of the microphone issue. Well, that's resolved now to a point, but you still have the other issue, which is shaped like a GoPro. And so it's not the best one to mount on a helmet at all. You've got two options really. You can put it on top of your helmet, which looks stupid, or you can put it on your chin piece, which looks stupid but not quite as bad. So I have tried the GoPro like that, and it was actually a plus point of that is you can see that it's recording, because you can see the LED on top of the screen now. So yeah, you could do it, and I don't even have a mount on my chin piece that I could use on this helmet. This place is just dead now in winter. That pub's closed. There's a bakery shop there, a tea room, and the other one, Grays on the Green, that's open. This one, intermittently open. Oh, White Horse is actually open. And now the caravan sites are closed for the winter, so pretty well. They may open at New Year. Or Christmas Day. Christmas New Week, I don't know. Got no timber up there, I don't know where it's from. There's some, here's the big Sharrow there. Oh, there's some out up there too. Quite surprising. But so these fields up above the road are quite dry. There's only a few there. I was on about a thermal underwear. What I've actually got on, it's like a compression layer type thing, you know? Because they're quite close fitting, which again is desirable with bike gear, but when you first put them on, it's like putting a wetsuit on. It actually feels cold. But as soon as you start to sort of move about it, I don't know how it works, you feel surprisingly warm. Especially when you've got like another layer over it, obviously. It's a bit sort of embarrassing, I would say. It looks a bit like something the cyclist would wear, like lycra. Some cattle out there. I don't know, that could be Oh, I can never remember his name. Jackson's. As far as I know, he has virtually the whole lost career now. I don't know how that works. It says, now this, we used to know this like the back of our hand because we used to come down here all the time. It's called, local name for it is Court Bank. I don't think that's widely used though. See, they don't seem to be using that entrance there. That sign I painted that. It's amazing thing is it still looks alright. This is an absolute hideous road to come up when it's icy. You can't even see any salt piles. I don't know how they manage. Well, there's one there. See, we used to have these fields on the right here, little grazing paddocks and things. We used to make a bit of hay in there sometimes. Now, the weird thing is, I was thinking, oh, right, we can gate's fallen off. Because you used to be able to park a car there. I can still park there, don't worry, but just where is the best? A surprisingly pleasant Sunday afternoon. I'm familiar with this area because we used to have land down here, but I had to walk up into the woods and there are quite a few nice golden leaves and things, but you know, I think the best photograph that I got was here when I came back, looking downstream and did a long exposure as the light's fading. And I think since this is with a big Sony, I think we'll get away with it. I think it'll be okay. It looked good on the screen. Obviously you expect noise, but I was using ISO 100 and about a 3-second exposure, so we've got the water rushing through. I think it'll be a very good photo actually. Potentially, it'll need a bit of work, like noise reduction. And I was trying to see if there was an example there, but I was surprising how many self-sown saplings there was everywhere of beech trees, holly, western hemlock. I can never remember that name for some reason. I always go blank because there's some of them there, and they've self-sown themselves right over onto the field at the other side. Really weird. And they're in like little clumps. But it's wild as hell. I mean, it always was a bit like that. It's not like it was something new, it's literally wild as hell. Oh, well, we've all shed fell down. I don't think anyone's going down there, not regularly. Pinewood View. But it's really, really sad to see all these fields that we worked and topped over and all the rest of it, graze cattle in. They're looking a bit hungry, aren't they? Feed me, feed me. What are we looking at, hardly? Well, there's some people there, but that's not the owners. The owner is Jackson, I think, who lives at the top of the dale, but I don't know for sure. But I know one thing, I won't come out on this bike again without at least one mirror on it. It's all well and good and you're hammering about around home, but when you come away, you often want to just dawdle along and you don't know if somebody's following you or not. I don't really like riding my bike at night anymore. Isn't that nice there? That's the little simplest thing makes a beautiful little photo. But anyway, I don't really like riding my bike much after dark these days. I think you get like a car coming towards you and all the headlights are glaring and you can't see where you're going. Well, it just came up earlier today actually, when I was in my biking prime. Well, you know, when I was about 40, I was experienced, I would say, well experienced and pretty fearless, even though I had an accident when I was 25. But, you know, I started to no fear, and I would go down to Scarborough, set off about 8 or 9 even, get down there for about 10 when the nightclubs and things are starting to open, and they're going all the rock clubs and things like that. And oh, they always used to have, I suppose they still do, you know, quite good live bands playing in Scarborough.